So I updated to Windows 11, so I have a new voice recorder app because it's not the same one as Windows 10. None of that has to do with the video, but the actual video, what it has to do with, is that I've been playing the new Sonic X Shadow Generations. And while the Shadow portion is actually pretty good, way better than I was expecting it to be, I can't say the same about the Sonic Generations portion. You see, the Sonic Generations portion is a part of Sonic Generations, and not only that, it's a pretty messy one that has loads of performance problems. And I noticed that it got really bad on the stage Rooftop Run when you're playing as Mon and Sonic. Like, you'll get halfway through the stage, and then you'll notice, for absolutely no reason at all, your game is just completely spit in frames, and it looks and runs like complete garbage, and your controls are locking up as well. Lovely. And if you're wondering what kind of computer I have an AMD Ryzen 5 5600 CPU with a GTX 1660 Ti. While the GPU may not be much, you can see by the MSI Afterburner overlay in the video that obviously my GPU isn't being used that much, seemingly at all. In fact, it doesn't matter how low I turn down the settings, these stuttering problems still occur in the stage completely all throughout the second half. And it is garbage. It is complete garbage. Not only that, but the load times are also completely garbage in this port as well. They're about like 7 seconds longer than they were in the original port, which is just unacceptable in my opinion. But thankfully, there's a very easy way to fix it. Unfortunately, it involves having to install an external tool, but make that as you will. It just sucks that we have to install external tools into our games to get them to function how they should be functioning. I don't know why this tool fixes all of the problems. It just does. And then I might have a theory on why the issue even happens to begin with, after I show you how to install this tool. I'm just gonna get into it, immediately show you how to install it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, welcome to the tutorial part of the video. Again, my microphone was off the last time I did this, so doing it again. So, you're gonna want to go to this website right here, specialk.info. It will be linked in the description below. And simply, you just want to download it. You'll get an executable. This won't pop up for you. I already have it. And basically, you will want to open the file and install it. You'll get this stupid warning. Just click more info right here, and then click run anyways. Click yes on the box that pops up. Not sure if you guys see it or not. I don't know, this is the first time I'm using like Shadow Play for one of these videos, so I don't know if it shows administration prompts. But you get this thing right here. Click next. I accept the agreement. Click next, next, next. Just click next over and over and over until you get this, and then finish. And then you get this menu right here. So basically, if you want to do it the easy way, all you do is click play right here, and that's it, you're done. For the most part, you're done setting up the mod, basically. But if you want to do it manually, so you don't have to run this thing every time you want to play the game at all, simply, you can click the word centralized right here. It will just take you to your Special K folder, and then you want to go back to you want to go to the root of your Special K folder, and find specialk64.dil. And basically, you will want to copy this. So you can hit Control-C, you can click copy, or you can click this button right here. Either or, just copy the file. And then you will want to go to Steam, click the gear, click Properties. You'll be right here, just go to Installed Files, browse, and you will find your Sonic X Shadow Generations folder. Paste that in there, and then right-click it, Rename it. D3D11.dill. If you don't have dill right here, just go to properties right here. Actually, no. Don't go to properties, go to options. Go to view and uncheck hide extensions for known file types, so you can see the executable. But either way, just rename it D3D11dill, or just D3D11 if you don't have extensions. Doesn't matter, as long as this is what the file is called. And at that point, you'll just want to start the game. Now, one thing I have noticed with Special K is that for some reason it opens the game like this. I don't know why it does. But thankfully, well, it was rather easy to fix. You can go into the options menu. Like, you can go to Shadow and go to the options right here and just switch your display mode back. Or you could just Alt-Tab in and out, which is a faster solution. Either way, you want to go back to Sonic Generations, because that's the one that we're playing. It will open its executable. And Generations is, like, already working, kind of, but the problem is that, this doesn't look right. Doesn't look right at all. So, you want to open up Special K's configuration menu, which it says how to... basically right here. Okay. Can I go back? Okay, it's just not gonna let me go back. But Control-Shift Backspace, and you get this menu right here. You want to go over to Display, find sRGB Bypass, flip this over to Strip, and there you go. The game is fixed. But we want the sleepless render thread stuff, so check frame rate limit, make sure it says 60 FPS. If it doesn't, double click it, type 60, go into Advanced, and then click Sleepless Render Threads, make sure it's checked, and then you don't ever have to open that again. Now let's go into the stage, and you'll notice that the load times are extremely short now. See, they're pretty much instant. We'll turn our frame rate graph back on. And yo, look at this. The game's not an absolute stuttery mess that is completely unplayable anymore. Wow, it would be nice if the game just shipped this way and didn't have the Hedgehog Engine 2's awful, atrocious stutter fest of a frame counter, a frame limiter. It'd be nice if the games just worked when they released, but no, it's a remaster. They always have to botch it. Hey, that Chow's back for some reason. There you go. He looks a little spooky for the Halloween season, right? Oh fuck, I have to take the slow path now. I just wanted to show that the other part of Rooftop Run looked fine. And as we can see now, look, the stuttering is completely fixed. It is running perfectly fine, like it did in the original version of the game that released like 12 years ago. That works while this version doesn't. This version is broken. But hey, at least we get a version that runs how it's supposed to. Too bad you have to still install mods to get it to run like that, but so as you see, after installing Special K, all the stuttering, all the performance problems, all the super long load times immediately vanish for I don't know why. They just completely vanish. And the only thing I could come up with is a theory on why this problem occurs. So the thing with Special K is that you can also install it into pretty much any other PC game. And one game that has also egregious performance problems is Sonic Forces, which released all the way back in 2017. Now, Sonic Forces has a pretty big problem, and that problem is the fact that the game runs at 59 frames per second, despite the fact that in the settings menu it says 60 for max FPS. So, what the hell's going on? Well, it's a problem I've noticed with pretty much every Hedgehog Engine 2 title on PC. Their frame limiter is completely busted. It's busted beyond belief. It doesn't function anywhere how it's supposed to, and I don't know why they haven't fixed it. But basically, Sonic Forces, Origins, Frontiers, and now this game all have a frame limiter that is pretty fucking busted in their own ways. And with Sonic Forces, it was busted by the fact that it would cap the frame rate 1 FPS below what it was supposed to, so 59 instead of 60. Well, putting Special K into the game and doing the same thing that we did to Sonic Generations, you noticed that, well, seemingly the problem is completely fixed. And I assume the same is for Sonic Origins and Sonic Frontiers as well, which I haven't tested it on Sonic Frontiers, and I haven't tested it on Origins either, because thankfully when it comes to Sonic Frontiers, and I think Forces has the same thing as well, when you're using the Hedgemod Manager, they have a code that lets you just disable this broken frame limiter so you don't ever have to use it. So you don't ever have to deal with the fucking problems that it has, and you can just use VSync as a simple means to capping the game's frame rate. And then you can notice that the game runs how it's supposed to. But with this Sonic Generations Remaster, the Hedgehog Manager, it's not supported yet, because considering the game literally just came out. And I have no idea when disable frame rate limiter code is going to exist. So in the meantime, this just serves as a small workaround to the problem. Now, I don't know if the frame limiter actually causes the stuttering problems. I assume that it does because, well, the shadow portion has a working frame limiter, and it doesn't seem to suffer from any of the problems that the Generations side suffers from. So, makes me feel like that the frame rate limit is the corporate. I can't speak, but basically, Hedgehog Engine 2, its frame rate limiter, completely busted, completely broken. I'm shocked that it's been fucking, what, like 7-8 years since Sonic Forces released, and they still haven't fucking fixed it yet. But, until they do, this is just what we're gonna have to keep using to bypass these issues. Now, Special K doesn't really work out of the box with Hedgemod Manager. You have to do some fucking trickery with it to get it to work. I'm not gonna show that in this video. I might show it when Hedgemod Manager gets, like, full support for this version of Sonic Generations and Shadow Generations, whatever, but, yeah, at the end of the video, I guess I just have to say, just fucking play the original. This remaster sucks ass.